I literally just spent the last 5 minutes trying to figure out how to start a pre-set up live stream. This is my first time ever live streaming. So I sat down thinking I'd be able to just like hit go, basically go live on my video, and it didn't work out. So what I had to do is go through YouTube Studio, go live, and then select a pre-recorded one. My apologies if you've been waiting for 5 minutes and wondered where the heck I was gonna be. But yeah, first time going live on YouTube, so bear with me as obviously I discover what I can, what I can't do. But I just thought this would be fun, little opportunity to walk through the container shop, give anybody who tunes in a chance to ask questions and that I could answer like in the moment. And then also Anchor Solix asked if I would show off the new battery they sent me, which is the Anchor F3800 PLUS, which is like a big backup battery you can use to back up your house. You could use it for me, like me, to run my whole shop. So it's running all my computers in the shop. It's running the lighting you see right now. During the summer, it'll run fans and stuff to keep it cool. And yeah, battery inverter all in one. Collectible junk says yes. And it's really cool. I also sent out 2 gigantic 400 watt solar panels. So those are gonna get mounted onto the roof of the container, and it'll be charged by solar. So I don't know, I think it's just really cool. It's not 100% necessary in my case because I'm right by the house. I can plug into like an outlet at on my house, but I thought it was cool that I could charge that battery with the sun and then charge all my power tools with that. So it's like, it's just cool that it's all off the grid. And if I ever wanted to take the shipping container somewhere kind of as a concept, I really like it. Just self-contained, arrive somewhere, have the ability to power all your tools and have like a little shop that's shippable. So yeah, that's kind of the main purpose of this live stream, is to go over this battery right here and then show you like the container as it's working. And so yeah, you can find the batteries there. Go to anchorsolix.com, and also there's a specific discount code if you tuned into this live stream, which I'll put into the chat here in just a second. But let me pull it up for you guys. Put it in the chat. Boop. It's got a 12-hour limited time for that discount code to work. So I'm gonna put it in the chat, and that way you guys can use it. Actually, I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to put it in there or if I'm just supposed to tell you. The discount code is F3800, capital POVL, as in Larry, 5. It says right here that direct display of codes is strictly prohibited. I don't want to break any rules on my first YouTube stream. but yeah, I'll see if I can put that in there to be sure, but if you watch this back, you'll have that code. So yeah, I think we'll start by opening the main door. Oh yeah, I can repeat the code. So it's the battery name F3800. So F3800 POVL5. Quay Gates, did you get that this time? I wish there was a way to be, to hear people on the live stream. It feels so different when, yeah. It's POV, not PVV. POV, F3800 POV. I think I can just post it in there. Promo codes. Yeah, I think I can just put it in the live stream. I think I can just put it in the live stream here. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Collectible Junk is helping out everybody by putting it in there as well. Hopefully I wasn't not I don't get in trouble for posting it in the comments. The directions kind of say either one. I think it does give you more off over the early bird special because there is that early bird special right now, which is like going on right now because it's the launch. Hold on, I have a little pre-sheet of questions and answers to you. Yeah, but I think it should, Kevin, if that's your question. I know, I appreciate you posting it if in case I couldn't, but the email says directly for YouTube comments and then it says do not directly display. So I'm not really sure. Maybe I can delete. I don't think I can delete my comments, but I don't think it'll be a problem. So where is everybody tuned in from? I see Collectible Junk. What state are you in? Are you in the US? I'm in California, by the way. And then Kevin and Quay, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Howdy, Travel Diva 2. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can put my microphone on, and that way I can walk away from the camera and turn on Central New York State. Oh, nice, I've been to New York State. Baja MR, I appreciate that as well. I'm gonna turn on these little mics so I can, from the country of Texas. Hell yeah. I've actually been to Texas quite a lot when I was, I used to work as a photographer and I did a lot of photo shoots in Texas for like hotels and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna turn this on. Let me know if you can hear me, because sometimes the volume is really low on these microphones. Okay, can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. Nice. Jim Sipes from Delaware. You said it correctly. Okay, cool. Quay. Tuning in from Arizona. Nice. Roaming Lost, you can't hear? Kingston. I feel like I can hear it on my one I'm monitoring. Can you hear me now? Too low on the mic. What about right now if I do it like this? What about right now if I do it like this? Okay. I can tell even on I'm monitoring my own stream over here on the other one, so I think I can hear better on this. This is kind of annoying about these Rode mics. I have them turned up all the way, and no matter what I do, it seems like they're always low. Okay, I got all the thumbs up, guys. Thank you. Funny enough, this next part of the video might be super loud, so I might put the mic down over by the camera just so it's not super loud because the air compressor runs these jacks, which open the door, and the jacks, the air passes through the little pump jacks, and it's pretty loud. But anyways, here's how we open up the container. First, we go like this. This is what's pinning the door shut. Okay, so now it's open or unlocked. Oops. Oh, there we go. Okay, I think you can hear me now. I think I muted it on accident somehow when I grabbed the camera. All good? Okay. Classic live stream like issues is the sound always going in and out and the guy always asking if they can hear it. Sorry guys. Okay. This is probably going to be loud, so I think I might mute the camera here just for a minute because well, I'll show you. Let me know if this is way too loud. Okay. So, air compressor hooked up to the splitter. These are the little controls for the jacks themselves. And I gotta set that up a little cleaner at some point, but then once the valves are done, okay, is that super loud? I feel like it's probably super loud. I'm gonna set you right here. Okay. Forgot to turn my compressor on. So I have a big like 30 gallon compressor behind the house. It's super loud and I have to have it full before I open this door, and I forgot that I didn't have it turned on right now. So it's using up some of it, making it go slow, but let's see. I'm gonna move you. Thanks, Quay. Yeah, so I'm gonna move you for a different view. So why air instead of hydraulic? Like instead of like an electric? So hydraulic would be best, like a hydraulic system. I guess I didn't really even look into like a home hydraulic kit and what it would take to run like hydraulics with a hydraulic pump. I'm assuming it's more expensive than the setup I have right now because the jacks that I'm using right now are 120 bucks, and I already had the air compressor, and I actually didn't in the beginning intend to use an air compressor to do this. I thought I was going to use electric actuators, and so this was kind of just like test this out, see how it works. And then the electric actuators, the company I was going to work with to build them fell through, and so I ended up just using these because they work really well. But like a hydraulic setup like that you would have on like a tractor or anything like that where it's got a pump, I mean, that would be awesome. That'd be super quiet and everything. I should look into that because maybe there's home kits that I can run like a hydraulic pump, and I mean that would be the best. I don't know cost wise if I would do it because this only takes me about 1 minute to open this, and it's so basic and the parts are easily replaceable too. I'm gonna keep opening this. The bummer is how loud it is. Okay, I'm gonna mute this or I'm gonna set you down over here again. pause it for a second here because I want to show you what I do is I get this door, part of the door open level, which is this one. And then this one does the one here. And for a safety, I just have this C channel. Goes in like that. And this is gonna be a little hard to do with, I'm gonna set you down. Okay, so C channel is up in here, all the way down. And then I let the pressure out of this jack. So all the weight is now on the C channel. Close this off again. Yeah. Turn this off. And then I'm gonna turn off my air compressor here. Okay, nice. Yeah, my neighbors, thankfully, I actually live on a little bit of property, and the neighbors do like me. The noise is not too bad because I live on a little hillside and I've got like 3 acres. Okay. Unistrut. I'm gonna see if there's any questions in here I could go through. Yeah, okay. So no questions that I haven't answered yet that I can see. So I think what I'll do now is just do a quick spin through the container, and then I wanna show you more about the battery. Actually, while we're sitting down, I think I'll just cover some of the battery stuff real quick. But, so Anchor is a brand that I've worked with for about 1.5 years. I forgot our house cleaner's coming over. And last year I worked with them all year, just doing project-based stuff. And then this year they reached out and wanted to know if, it says lost sounds again, but I think it should be there. Wanted to know if I wanted to work with them on a more yearly basis. So super excited to be working with Anchor Solix for the whole year. And with that, they sent out a bunch of really cool products, and a new one is launching today. So if you're tuning in just now, I started around 1 o'clock and I went over this, but I'll go over it again. The new product they're launching right now is the F3800 PLUS, which is the updated version of one of their big backup batteries. And super cool. You can use it to like back up a house. You can use it to, run your fridge, run your house like by plugging into your panel. You can get a panel in case of like a power outage. And the reason I'm working with them on it is because I thought this would be perfect for my container shop concept. Now, I'm at the house and my container is at the house along with my truck and everything else. So I don't necessarily need it, but the concept of it I think is really cool. And because this isn't necessarily a permanent shop, like staying here permanently, I love the idea of making it portable and just kind of fleshing out the whole concept. So that's why I have the battery and I think it'd be perfect. And I also have some of their 400 watt solar panels for the roof. Let's see if I can clean this. I don't know if that made it any better or not. But I have 2 of these rigid solar panels. They're gonna go on the roof of the container. These are like 405 watts, I believe. That will eventually charge this guy right down here, which I'll pull out real quick. This. So I have it plugged into my wall right now. Turn this around. Okay, let's see if I can set this up so you can actually see me and the battery. But yeah, this bad boy is the new Anker Solix 3800 Plus. Like I said, gigantic battery. And you can run USB stuff on it, but the main thing is that you have 120 volt outlets, and you also have two 240 volt outlets too, so you can charge like a car and stuff like that. I could run my welder, but it has these 120 volt uninterrupted power source ports, which is really cool. So what I can do is have the power for all the lights and the charging on my batteries for like my power tools and stuff running off the UPS outlets, which is uninterrupted power source. And I can have my just extension cord from my house plugged into the battery itself right here, which my cord is over here. And it does pass-through charging. So I can be charging this from the house. This is the grid basically plugged into the battery. And this is my container plugged in here. So if you had this set up like in your house, you could have the grid keeping this at 100%. And if you had a power outage, it switches automatically straight to outputting power here without interrupting it. So you can see right here, I'm only using 375 watts, which is like these LED lights and my computers. And then I had my Milwaukee batteries charging up there. And yeah, and then input, keeping this thing charged. So I think it's gonna be really cool. I know I'm not really giving too many details because honestly, I just got it. And that's kind of cool thing about these things is they're simple enough to just like plug in and make it work. And then you can dive into all the details that you want for like your specific setup. But I'm really excited to have this in the container, being able to power everything, have solar on the roof, and just kind of flesh out the whole idea. So that'll be coming along over the next couple of months as I continue to build on here. Baja RM, are you going to the Matt Off-Road Games next week? No, I don't have any plans to go there next week, but I am going this this weekend to the Overland Expo that's in California in Costa Mesa. So that'll be fun. I'm gonna leave Friday, be down there Friday night, and then this truck should be on display in the Hest Outdoors booth for Saturday, unless there's a lot of rain, and then we'll have their van there because they have a big like rain cover awning and stuff. So yeah, but yeah, guys, that's the battery. Let me know if you have any questions on that, and then I think I'll show you, let me show you how I have like just things running power wise, like because I don't have anything hardwired. I'm just using extension cords, and this is like one of my favorite things I've found recently are these surge protectors, surge like power strips from Husky. You can get them at Home Depot, but they have really strong magnets on the back, and that's one of the cool things about a shipping container is everything's metal. So you can just stick stuff like wherever you want. And basically this functions as my my like light switch in here. So I really like that. I have one of these here. I've got one of them. I've got one of them under there, which is a big mess. Looks terrible. I'm using the fridge as my chair right now. One of these Hest pads. Okay, yeah, let me see. I see another question in here. When you made your camper build video, you said you were going to rivet the panels too. Yeah, Mr. Futuristic. I got the truck right here, and yes, I have done both things, and I think you can kind of see. Let me see if I can clean this lens off. Is that any better? Okay. So this is steel, and then there's the steel, then there's that VHB, very high bond strength tape, which is super thin. That's attaching this panel, and then on some of the high stress panels, I added a rivet as well. So it's a combination of tape to bond the panels to the steel frame. And then in some places I did rivets, like I did them on this door, which I don't really know why I did it on this door in particular. I think it's because I'm yanking on this. And then I did it up here to add the kind of cap to where the panels go. Just for like extra protection, because I knew this was going to be whacking into stuff. So yeah, it's a mix of tape, rivets, and Sikaflex 122 or 21, is it 221, I think. But yeah. Yep, you're welcome. Yeah, if anyone else has any questions, whether it's about the battery, the container, or the truck build, I'll stay on here and answer those. I'm trying to think of other things I could cover. I just refreshed the paint on the truck, and I'm pretty stoked on it. Maybe I'll show you that really quick. So I used the same paint sprayer that I used to spray the container, if you saw the container video. And I went and mixed some paint from Home Depot. And I'm actually really happy with the coverage on it. I'm not super happy with the color, because I tried color matching this paint and this is the color I got. But still, I'm really happy with like the coverage. There's none of those lines. Collectible junk, thanks bud, I appreciate it. And then I refreshed all the paint on the fenders, the rock sliders, as well as the bumper, and I polished the headlights. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked on that. Yeah. Oh, okay. I think I'm just gonna cover a couple, the paint looks great. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so stoked. I want, because I'm gonna be working on the Ranger the rest of the year, hopefully. I wanted this truck to be like, if it's gonna be sitting, to be like looking nice and not like be kind of messed up. Okay, those are good questions. So the battery, yes, I do have the battery plugged in, and I have it plugged into the UPS ports, which you can, if you're gonna be plugged in to, if you're gonna be basically charging the battery, like if you're gonna have 120 volt plugged in to keep the battery topped off, you can only output out of the 120 volts outlets. You can't have it doing pass-through charging from 120 to 240. So if you have 240 plugged in to charge it, then you can output out of the 240 outlets. If you but not the 120s. If you have it charging on the 120, then you can output on the 120 only. So something to keep in mind, but I don't know why, you know, you would have one or the other and need to use the other one. I think the like the simplest way to charge it is just with like an extension cord through the 120, and then use all the 120 UPS outlets. So yeah, good question though. Yeah, the original did not pass through. So plans for the solar panels, Jared. The solar panels, I plan to make a roof for the top of the container, like a single pitch roof. So I still have to buy the steel to do that project, and that one will be coming up soon. Oh, you're fine, go ahead. Yeah, so I haven't done the roof project yet, but once I have the roof on the container, then I'll probably mount the panels, just throw them up there on something really simple, like just a wood frame, because I get a ton of direct sun, and just like run the cords down to the battery to keep it going until I have time to do the actual like single pitch roof. But I plan to do a single pitch roof on it and then put the panels on top of that. And I would really like to make a mount for the panels that I can lift to like best catch the light, because I basically live on a hillside, so I get like direct sun all the way until about 4 o'clock, and then after 4 o'clock the sun is behind a hill. So in the morning I want to be able to lift the solar panels to face the rising sun basically. Yeah, I think having more solar panels would be awesome, just so I can max it out. The input to the battery, I'll look up really quick what the max volt input for the battery, because it is pretty crazy. There's too many things to memorize off the top of my head, but um, you can put in, let's see. Yeah, solar input from 11 to 60 volts with a maximum current of 27 amps is on the 3800, and the 3800 Plus, which is the one I have, can go from 11 volts all the way to 165 volts with a maximum of 17 amps. So a little less amperage, but way more voltage range for solar input, which I think is awesome. You could friggin' put an entire array of solar panels on there. Yeah, and you can add them in series as well. Okay, Baja MR. Oh yeah, are you going to the Matt's Off-Road games? Yeah, the panel voltage. That was one thing. Like I said, I got the battery for my specific use, where like I didn't need to have I didn't have like a complex setup in mind, so I didn't get too nerded out in the details, other than like this would be perfect for how I'm gonna use it. But when I was researching other people's like complaints or what they were excited for. In the new battery, the fact that the voltage input range was fixed is a huge deal. So excited to have the new battery and have that possibility. Do 3 series, 2 parallel. So 3 series and 2 parallel. That would be a good question for my little Q&A they sent me. Like I said, I don't have it all memorized. But if you go on their website, you can see for sure, because I don't want to misspeak exactly on how, if you can do, I'm not really totally sure on 3 series, 2 parallel, 3 in series and 2 in parallel. Yeah, I'm not totally sure on exactly that. I just have the 2 panels here that I'll put on the roof and run down to the battery, which should be perfect for my uses. But yeah, guys, let me know if you have any other questions directly on the battery. And I'm going to show you one more walk around here. Kind of show you a view from outside. And the other thing is, it's actually really windy today. Hopefully that's not messing up my audio too much. But yeah, Enoch does know his stuff. The door is doing just fine in the wind, which I'm stoked on. Got my junk pile there of stuff I've been working on. Yeah, I'm so stoked on the way the paint came out, though. Enoch, I know. I think I know who that is, too. Maybe the last thing to do is show you how I can close up, how easy it is to call up. Oh, 2 in series, 2 in parallel. Thank you, Anchor Solix, for jumping in on that. Exactly. They've come to the rescue. Oh, the other thing, Anchor Solix related, is that new fridge that I got, the Everfrost. Took it camping last weekend for the first time, and it did awesome. It was like exactly what I was hoping for, to be able to put it in the back of the truck and not have a battery, and then just pull it out. In fact, I'm sitting on it right now. That's this right here. It's been my main chair. But it worked perfectly, just like I had hoped in the video. Is I could throw it in the back of my like standard truck, put our cool stuff in there, and just like keep it at the campsite. No worries, no needing to like run an external battery or keep it in the truck and plug it in and stuff. So super happy with the battery for now. It's a way to get the maximum input of 3,200 watts if you put 2 in series and 2 in parallel into each of the ports. Yeah, so that's pretty insane. 3,200 watt input is super impressive. I'm gonna go look at some of these other details yeah, I'll go over this really quick. So solar input, you can do in the F3800 Plus, which is one I have, supports wider solar input range, 11 to 160 volts with a maximum of 17 amps and a maximum power of 1600 watts per port. And there's 2 ports on the battery. So you could do a total of 3200 watts, which is kind of crazy. That's a super good question. I was double checking the info they sent me, and I believe it is 5% over what the deal is right now, because it wouldn't make sense at all for it to be anything less than the the deal they currently have going for the launch period. But let me double check. Yeah, so the launch benefits is you get the 3800 Plus with a free PS400 portable solar panel, which is normally $900, and you can add on the generator adapter for only $49 instead of $249, and you could add on the transfer switch for only $100 instead of $240. And then yeah, 5% off, I believe, is that code for Kevin, if you were asking exactly that. I think it's an extra 5% on top of the launch promo, and that's valid until 1 p.m. on March 13th. So limited time. Yeah. Hope that helps, Kevin. My wife is at ultrasound. She just texted me and said that the baby looks great. So 2 thumbs up. I should probably get off here and go check in with her, because that's pretty big news. But yeah, guys, been on here for about 40 minutes, so I'm sorry if you're just tuning in now, but I've got to run. And I really appreciate you guys tuning in, checking out the container shop and the truck, and of course the F3800. I have, one last question. I haven't tried it with the home panel yet. I have a contractor I got to schedule to plug it in to the home panel. In between the 3 kids, the one on the way, the 2 trucks, the container projects, I have not got to that particular part of the project right now. So, but yeah, that'll be coming soon. It'll be really cool, because during the summer, actually, in California, we often have like rolling brownouts, and that's how I ended up using the batteries in the past. Is we've had brownouts or even scheduled power outage that last way longer. And if you have one of those little solar generator batteries, even like the smaller ones like this, you can plug your fridge in and save all your food, which I know it sounds silly, like when people used to say that, like, oh, you need this for backup for brownouts, and then it actually happened, and I saved like $400 of groceries in the fridge, and I was like, oh, that makes like a ton of sense, and it totally pays for the price of one of those anyway. So yeah. All right, you guys. Well, appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate everybody always supporting the channel, and thanks for joining on the very first live stream ever from the container shop, and my very first live stream on YouTube. Sorry if you were here right at 1 o'clock. It took me like 3 minutes to figure out how to launch the live stream, but yeah, I think when I start building the next truck here soon, then I will probably do more live streams from the shop as I'm like building, because I think that's kind of fun too. So Quay, one last question. Did they tell you what electric gen port will be used for? Oh, the electric generator port. The electric generator port, if I understand your question correctly, is for being able to plug in a generator and charge the solar, so charge the battery. So you could use, like, I believe like a gas generator to charge your F3800 Plus, and then use that like through the night without having to run the generator. Thank you, Collectible Junk. I'm gonna go check out your channel. I'm like curious what you have up there in upstate New York, and I will keep up the good work, or at least try. So yeah. Oh, the bottom one? me go check real quick. Hold on. Let me see if I can find you an answer really quick. Yeah, so you definitely can charge it with like a portable generator. Looking at the bottom port is, I believe that's the DC input port. So the top one is the expansion battery port, and the bottom one is the DC input port. Oh, it's an extended port for future use, not yet released. Thanks, Anchor Solix. What you say? Yeah. Awesome. Thanks for coming to my rescue there. Like I said, there's so many things about the battery, like deep dive nerd details that you could get into, or you can just use it for, and I need to get into more of it, obviously, so I could speak to it a little better. But one of the cool things about those batteries is the fact that you can just get it here, plug in your stuff, and it's like super easy to use. And then if your setup is more complex, you can dive into kind of the complexities of it. But all right, guys, I gotta go pick up my son from school and check in with my wife. And anyways, appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for tuning in to the first live stream. Let me see if I figure out how to turn this off. All right, see you, Technical Junk and Quay Gates. I'll see you guys later. Anchor Solix, thanks for tuning in also and helping me with questions. And Enoch Choi, you are the man. You have way more knowledge than I do. And I'll talk to you guys later.